is all about reflecting, using our prerogative as a human being that we can think about thinking and find new creative ways forward.
Hi, Fritz.
Hey, David.
Hi. Thanks that you have time for a coffee. I told you it was something I thought would be a great thing to talk about today, about the paradoxes of leadership. Came across it here. It's your book. We've been working on the English and German translations. That I think it's in the beginning chapters, right?
Yeah.
We talk about the five paradoxes.
Yeah.
First of all, why are these paradoxes so important, or why are they even paradox?
What I like about the paradoxes is that they challenge automatisms, givens. They kind of challenge you to think again. They express an apparent contradiction that at a deeper level somehow makes sense. So it is helpful to think about the subject. We found five, perhaps there are many more, but five connected to the story that we wanted to bring across with this impeccable leadership.
But maybe we should just jump in and talk about them first, to get a feeling for what this is about. The first one, paradox number one, is to get results, you have to let go. What does that mean?
Well, that sounds paradoxical, right? What we discovered in our work when working with teams and organizations and leaders is that there is a tendency, of course, when you feel a responsibility to bring a team to development and success, that you focus on results. And that becomes some kind of a demanding style in your communication as well. You want to make it clear, it should be measurable, and I'm going to hold you to what we're saying, and we need to deliver. But when you solely focus on results, something gets lost during the course of action, and that is the connection. And the connection is something that you really need to have an ongoing success in the organization. And you do it with each other. The quality of the relationship is the birth ground for connection and creativity. And that's what we need in order to solve complex issues. Now, so when you're only focused on results, you pay a price at the level of relationships. And relationships on the long term are a key factor of success. What we discovered is, and that's also one of the reasons to use these paradoxes, is that teams, organizations, or people in teams, when under pressure, have a tendency to show contra-productive behavior. And that's only natural, has to do with the automatisms of the brain when we feel threatened. For example, there's a team and it's not working well. There's some challenge from management. What we do is we feel this pressure. Perhaps we feel, hey, this is not the right way. We need to do it more in another clever way. But I don't speak up because I don't want to get into turmoil with management. So I shut down. I don't tell what I really feel. We tend to show behavior to protect ourselves, and that's normal. But for the group, it is a limitation because we don't hear what we need to hear. So out of fear, we don't confront, don't speak up, we don't speak our minds. And the risk that we're running there is that the team in the end is not functioning the way it should function. It is also inhibiting trust and deeper mutual understanding. So there's something paradoxical there. Although it is human, when under pressure, we tend to show behavior that is not helping. So the paradox there is like, hey, when you get rid of the problem, you need to get into the problem. Meaning, like, hey, find the courage to speak up and do it in a way that is helping you to maintain or sustain the relationship. because the thinking behind it is when I confront someone, it will bring the relationship down and then I'm in trouble. But you can learn to do it in a way that it's enhancing the relationship, making you feel better, and helps the performance of the organization and the teams.
Okay. It seems that we're already in the second one as well, because the second one is to get rid of it, you have to go after it.
Yeah, that's also such an interesting notion. Like to get rid of it, for example, to get rid of a problem, you can run away from it. But there are some problems, they are pretty good runners. So that when they catch up, you're in trouble anyhow. So here the idea is when you really want to get away from it, or get rid of it, you need to go towards the challenge and deal with it. For that, of course, you need some resources, you need some development, you need some support. But it's just like also with our health, that like, oh gee, I feel something that's, I hope it's okay. Well, it probably is nothing, and don't go to the doctor. And then in the end, most of the time, nothing is wrong. But there are some occasions that you better had gone to the doctor a little earlier.
So number 3, to find the way, you must dare to get lost.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't really know why, but I like it a lot. What do you mean?
That's interesting because that's basically what it's all about, that to discover new fields, to discover new trajectories forward. To bring the new into the world, we need to develop the courage to let go of knowing it all, to let go of our tendency to control stuff. So we kind of need to develop our ability to relax within the tension and stay open and curious, let go of control. So say, for example, say to the team, well, guys, we get this week, let's dive into it, find out what you need, use new pathways. So you are in this way helping creativity to flourish. For an expert who wants to have control, this is quite a challenge because hey, that's so much time, so many people, so much money, and I don't know what's coming out of there. Basically, it's all about trust the process. So it is a metaphor for getting lost a little bit. It is not knowing that allows the new to arise.
It's
Sounds poetic,
scary.
right?
It sounds poetic, yes, but it sounds scary.
And it sounds scary, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trusting the process, I think, is important, but it's very hard often to do, not to know
Yeah.
that it's going to work. They're
No,
going to
no. But it
find the
is
answers.
helping to break the patterns of the same old, and really can be very helpful to give an impulse to innovation.
Well, we'll move on.
Does it make
Number 4.
sense?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Kind of.
Yes, on a deeper level, it
Yeah.
resonates. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, number 4. Number 4.
Yeah. Number 4.
To get out, you have to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. This is a little bit similar, like the one, like when you want to get rid of it, you need to go towards it. Huh? It is here. It is a paradox that has something to do with. Suppose you manage a team, and you notice that there's some turmoil, but there's a short time to market. Oh man, you really don't want to get into the trouble that is underneath, boiling a little bit, some little turf wars. So you stay on the content level because you want to deliver, right? So the problem is that it will cost you something can mean that your staff is getting very unhappy, and at the end of the project they'll leave, and then you have bigger problems. So to get out of this, also you really need to get into the team and stop and reflect together for a moment. Like, hey guys, something is going on. I'm a little uncomfortable about it. Shall we talk about it and find a way together to move on? So let's start with what's happening. How do you guys feel, and what do you need? Is it okay that we talk about it? So you organize some kind of a meeting or a moment to pause and reflect. So you get in the team in order to get out with some new trajectories forward, but then based on what you discussed in a dialogue with the team, enhancing, I would say, the intention to lift each other instead of not trusting, stagnating in the end.
It's hard
Yes.
to it's hard to take the time because we have to do stuff. We have to get our stuff done. But then on top of that, we're talking about all this messy relationship kind of stuff, and
Yes. Yeah,
what people are going to think.
exactly. Yeah, and then the trouble that you're in right now, and that's kind of controllable. But when you open the can of worms, how the hell do I get them in there again? So that's the fear, of course. But the thing is, there's something else in play at play as well, and that is that when there's really trouble and it is under the surface boiling, gisting a little bit, the risk that you run is that it's really killing motivation. So you pay a price, and when you do this in a skilled way and invite people to think and take everything seriously and show your intention to really bring stuff further to make it work for everyone, then this intention can do a lot of good. I was thinking about the image of, perhaps this story about a little bird cage with a little door, and in the bird cage is a banana, and then there's a monkey, and it grabs the banana, but he cannot pull his hand back, and he will not let go. So he will not have the banana, but you need to let go and find another way to kind of shake the bird cage in order for the banana to drop out. It's all about think again. Are there other ways to have it both?
Number 5.
Number 5.
To move forward, you have to stand still.
Yeah. That's basically all about reflecting. They all look alike a little bit. There are so many different examples and contexts that you can apply them, but this one is really about when you want to move forward, then you really need to stand still. Like, hey, where am I? Is this still the right track? Is this the best track? How is my automobile doing? Yeah, this is all about having the courage to stop, reflect on behavior, what's working, what do we want to let go of, what do we do under pressure, what do we avoid, what does it all mean, what do we need to learn. This is all about reflecting, using our prerogative as a human being, that we can think about thinking and find new creative ways forward. So you better stop, because while running, it's hard to reflect.
Hey, Fritz, we're running out of time. What do you think if we continue this conversation and just put this into a different coffee break and go a little bit deeper?
I can say something about the relationship with the model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.